We always believe that CRM is not just about sales. Many years ago, I started implementing Salesforce for about 7 different companies. They were all in totally 7 different industries. And we realized then, and some of them had no sales aspect at all. They were managing properties, they were putting properties up for sale, they were managing a finance company, no sales involved whatsoever, just the backside of the house. And so I started realizing then that this was way more than just a sales tool. It's a real platform for success for any business. So what we've seen lately are some really great examples of companies coming in saying, well, wait a minute, we already have all our information there at the beginning. We have our sales guys in there, we've got all this information, then what? We close it, we print out an email, or we email something, or we print a document out, and we walk it down the hall to operations for them to do their piece. So the first big thing about Beyond CRM is what other parts of your company can we incorporate inside? You already have all this data at the beginning. How do we use that to keep going forward to make sure that you have all the information on that client and you have that whole picture? So that's the basic of Beyond CRM. But then we've seen more and more companies, especially in the last 6 months or so, that have come to us and said, all right, we know it's an amazing tool. We don't really have a sales team. It's my wife and I, or it's just 2 or 3 of us, but we need to use Salesforce to track all this data. We need to know how to, on the backside, for example, we have a client that they have a particular beverage that they sell in the stores out west, and they had no idea that their end caps, where's my stuff stored? What's the signage? Is it full? Is it empty? Does the person in the store even know how to sell it? What's the story? And so what we put in a mobile version for them to be able to go to the store, take a site report, take a picture, it goes back to corporate. Corporate knows, oh, well, the signage needs to be this, we need to have more order there, et cetera, et cetera. Nothing to do with the sales aspect so much as just making sure that fulfillment is there. We have a client right now that is looking to, they have to send out videographers to about 400 different sites, and they have to do it in 4 months, and they need to know, how do I make the most efficient planning? So the sales, it's one big contract. They don't need to sell. What they need is, now I have these data points, what's the schedule? And it's in the sports world. So they have to go to different games, and they got to plan their week. I'm going to hit 7, 10, 12 prospects this week. How do I do that? And so Salesforce will take that data, lay out the best schedule for them, actually map it for them using Map Anything, and lay that out so that they can be more efficient. So again, it's way beyond CRM. It's way beyond sales. It's all about really making that efficient. And then we have other clients more and more that are making sure that the data that their inspector or their field people goes out to, it's in Salesforce. It's a simple process. They don't need a full license. It's a custom object, a couple of fields that they answer, and that information is now back at corporate where it needs to be. That person's able to do their job easily on a phone or tablet, and it has nothing to do with the sales. It's much more about the customer service, about maintaining that client, and really just fulfilling the contract and the work that you've sold.